Hello, everybody. Welcome into Friday, August 2nd, 2024. Ken Style Live with the Zoom homies. The Zoom homies with Ken Style Live. First and foremost, let's get some business out of the way. Happy birthday to Chris Garrett. He's 15 years old today.
Yeah, 15.
Oh, wait. I got my numbers backwards. You're 51. My bad.
No,
Tony Wallow said happy birthday, Chris Garrett.
Happy birthday, Chris. You can call me at
Is that going out like it should be?
8675309 and I will personally sing you a special
The audio is
song.
working perfectly. That's good. So if you're watching a YouTube stream, you're seeing a little thing that I basically altered a little bit this year from last year. I had plans to change it up, but after an hour and a half of trying to do what I was trying to do, I just said, nope, I'm going to get this where I want it, call it a day, and be happy with it, which is what I did. And then with a little bit of help with Sam, I was moving in the right direction on streamer bot, but I didn't take the right steps. I had the right thought, just did the wrong one. So happy birthday, Chris. I noticed a lot of people have been telling you happy birthday.
Yeah.
Hope you had a good birthday. Did you get any storms?
No, not today. Just that gust of wind. Just that one time gust of wind, and then it cooled off, and no storms.
Huh.
There's one coming though. There's a hurricane coming up. Supposed
Yeah,
to
it's
go
coming up out of Florida, isn't it?
Yeah, it's supposed to go at the west coast, and then it's gonna cut over across southeast Georgia.
So Florida's over here on the east, and that's going to come out of the west coast. Did you take the same geography
토니 왈로우
class that
said hello
Alex took?
그레카이.
Now, hopefully that voice stays the same for Greg saying hello, Greg
that
Guy.
would be
Hopefully.
the west coast of Florida.
Oh, okay,
You
gotcha.
go up through the
Jonathan said happy
southeast Georgia.
birthday, Chris
It's gonna
Garrett.
cut across and go southeast Georgia. That means
Happy birthday,
we're
Chris.
on
You can call me at
we'll probably be on the east side of it.
8675309 and I will personally sing you a special
And
song.
stealth mode.
Yeah, now that you put it in that context, yeah, I can see where it can come past Florida and then come in from the west. That makes sense.
Depends
John
on
Williams
how
said, "Hey,
far
Ken."
west it comes up. If it comes up closer to central Georgia, I might be on the east side too. So it just depends on what it does.
A slight change to the audio on the Chris Garrett thing. Hello, John. Jonathan, Tony, Mrs. Kate's there, Jeff Ryan's there, Tim Zoll's in chat. Greg Guy is in, I don't know what place Greg is in, but TH place. What place do you think you're in, Greg?
I think it was sixth place.
Greg Guy, TH place. I needed to take a nap. That's pretty funny. Long Dog just joined us in chat and says happy birthday to Chris. So I think you're going to get some wishes for your birthday, Chris. Did you go out to dinner or do anything special or just hang around the house?
No, I got something from Longhorn. My mother paid for it. I didn't feel like going nowhere. I'm someone who likes to stay at home.
I like to do that from time to time. I fully get that. Hello, Ken. Still alive. Things don't go well for my dinner plans. So the family's eating from your favorite restaurant. Yeah, it's not my favorite restaurant. I really don't have a favorite restaurant. He's referring to Burger King.
Oh, I thought he meant Alice's restaurant.
Alex or Alice's? I'm telling you, if Alex ever opens a restaurant and oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a lot like Poltergeist. Somebody had to say his name 3 times, didn't they? Just had to say.
I said Alice.
Oh, I heard Alex.
No.
Oh, my hearing must be going bad. Well, I see you survived the camping trip.
Yeah, I can officially say now I'm not at camp anymore. I'm back at home, so I won't be having shouldn't be having any connection issues unless someone puts me in the waiting room.
What? You are garbled
Tony
again.
Wallow
You
said
need
Wonka Wonka
to check
Wonka.
your internet speed. Man, now we know it wasn't the internet speed. We know it's you.
Well, I did check I had roughly maybe 15 down while in the cabin.
What'd you have it going up? About 3?
On my mobile data, yeah, probably something like that.
What, you only
Or
checked it
less.
going one way?
I think it might have been maybe 1 or 2, maybe.
That should have been good enough. I mean, you shouldn't have been having issues.
Were you here the
barely,
night, Chris? Were you here the night he snuck in and was trying to talk to us?
I think so.
Well, speed and quality of vocal transmission are not necessarily equivalent.
And what's funny is I had y'all on mute so you didn't hear this. I had the microphone muted so you didn't hear this. But one of the counselors came by and said, "Are you on a Zoom call?"
And did you lie and say, "Well, no, we're not supposed to have our phones"?
No, I didn't. I didn't lie, but
I didn't answer it honestly, but I didn't lie. Okay.
But I will say that I was the only camper there with a phone, and not once did anybody tell me to hand it over. Or
Did your
like
counselor that asked you that if you were on a Zoom call, did he say anything other than, "Are you on a Zoom call"?
No.
Uh-oh, John Williams's exclamation C did not come through. Wonder what happened there.
I will say that they let us have.
Tony Wallow said, yeah,
They have
but
what they call choice activity. They have what they call choice activity for, and because I didn't go swimming, I was able to get double the amount of time. What they got is they've got a couple of them. They've got a couple of those VR MetaQuest 2 VR headsets. Well, that was really neat, being able to watch the YouTube in 360 degrees. So whenever you turn your head around, you're seeing stuff just like you would in real life. Because the only games they had on there were demos. And
Ken Stout Live
and
said hello
99%
at
of
John
all the
Williams.
games
Can you
on there
try
through
the
store
C command again?
that you download, you have to pay for.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't able to pay for any of the games on there. Obviously, I mean, I could have put my card information in there and then they just deleted it after, but I wasn't gonna pay money.
John
to
Williams said, yes, sir.
Put something on someone else's.
So did you have a good time?
Yes.
Are you glad to be home?
Yes.
But here we go. But
to be able to sleep back in my own bed and have my internet back, but I still sort of wish it wasn't over too.
Yeah, why am I not surprised that you forego swimming, being outdoors, to partake in a virtual meta thing to be on YouTube? Why does that not surprise me? Were you the only one that partake?
John Williams said, I am on my neighbor's Wi-Fi.
I'm the only one that used it.
And again, not shocked. All the other kids were outside having fun, doing activities.
No, they all.
Little Alex in there playing on the computer.
They all were not either. The Olympics was on all week, so they had the Olympics playing on the TV or whatnot. Some of them were playing Wii in the other room. But I will say that a lot of them probably can't use their disability makes it so they can't use the
Ken Stout Live said, good to hear at John Williams.
So they can't use the VR because a lot of
yeah.
But it doesn't affect me. That's what I was telling them. That's what I was telling the counselors. I surprised. It doesn't affect me. You know how when you're in a dark room and you get up really early and you turn the light on and it's really bright. Sometimes you're watching a movie in a really dark room and you go to turn the light on and it's really bright. I was expecting that to be the same way when I took
John Williams said, nice to have good neighbors.
At least a couple of hours of having it on. but it didn't affect my eyes any at all, or give me any kind of
Ken
headache or
Stout
anything.
Live
So,
said State Farm.
That's good.
and I was able to use it with my glasses. I will just put it directly on over my glasses.
What was the first thing you did when you got home? Let me guess. You ate pizza.
Actually, no.
Not pizza. What did you have to eat? Okay. No need to answer. Your little grin, you're trying to hide it, gave it away. Did you miss the dogs?
Double bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, well, yeah, that we had delicious hamburgers
1Fish26
tonight.
said happy birthday, Chris Garrett.
They fed
Happy
us
birthday,
real
Chris. You
well.
can
There
call
was
me at
only one meal they fed us up
8675309
there
and I
that
will personally
nobody
sing you a
liked.
special song.
Even you?
Even me, they fed us, but I still ate
I
it.
bet it had okra in it, didn't it?
No, it was they fed us really dried out, really overcooked chicken breast. But the mashed potatoes and the vegetables were good.
Make a
Nobody
lot of new friends.
liked that. Yeah.
How did they cook the chicken?
With the knife. Oh, cooked. I thought you said fried.
But the thing
I gotta get my
is,
ears checked.
That was only one meal of having chicken. They had chicken several other times, but every other time they had chicken, it was better than that particular night's chicken.
John
Maybe.
Williams said Ken Stout, it is the general
Probably
law.
just got overcooked.
I'm not laughing at you, Alex. I'm laughing at what John just said. I imagine a lot of people don't get that reference anymore. So good. I'm glad you had fun. Sounds like you made some friends and looking forward to going back next year. Well, the $1 million question is, did you meet a little female companion while you were there? Again, no need to answer. Your little grin gives it. You've already gave the. You would suck at poker. You know that.
No. But I will tell
Yes,
you.
you would suck at poker.
But I will tell you, one day, yesterday I think it was, we were sitting at either breakfast or lunch or something, and I said, this one girl, I told the counselors, I thought she was a boy. Well,
Tony Wallow said he met Tammy
I
Oop.
was confused, as to why they put a boy in a girl's cabin.
And Jeff Pearl has his first dropout of the night. I'm going to keep track tonight just for grins. That's one that I'm aware of. He may have popped out 4 or 5 times before I joined. Well, that's good, Alex. I'm glad to. I'm happy you had a good time, and I know you're probably looking forward to going back next year.
Yeah. But actually, they already told us when we were there, for the closing program, that they're having a fall adult weekend camp
Okay.
up in Northwest Arkansas, and my dad asked me on the way home if I'd be interested in that. So I guess he would, if everything's going all right around here at the time, if that happens, I guess he would go up there and stay up there in a hotel or something, because it would only be like 2 nights.
Friday, Saturday.
Only the weekend. So
Yeah. Okay.
this
Well,
was
that's
their last summer camp of the summer. So, but as far as summer camps, we gotta wait till next year.
Yep.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yes,
Where's this camp at? I'm curious.
Little Rock.
Nice.
It's a special camp for people with disabilities, kids and young adults, but their primary age group is like 6 to 18, and then they have 1 week of summer or a couple of weekends that are for young adults.
Hello,
That's
Bobby.
really awesome.
Hello, Tim. Tim joins us on chat. Excuse me.
Hello,
Bobby
Tim.
joins us on. Sorry about that. A little cough in my throat. That's good, Alex. I'm glad you had fun. Maybe next year you can take your cousin with you and we'll read about it, you guys going to jail in the newspaper. And he laughs. Got about 14 more minutes to kill somehow. CC. I don't think I have one exclamation CC yet. I'm slowly building. I do like, there's Sam joining us. I do like the, are you trying to hold your hand up, Bobby?
I want to tell you guys what I did this evening. I watched church on YouTube. A church up in Orlando did
Official
a 7-night
team tech said,
survival.
"Hey Ken."
It'll be ending on Wednesday. It started yesterday. It was a pretty good lesson.
Sorry
I
about
just
that. You
wanted
got
to let you
interrupted by a
guys
couple of speaker bot things. Sounds like you had a decent time. I was going to say something. I lost my train of thought. It'll come back to me. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. I'm at that age now where if I don't write things down, then I tend to forget them. Oh, I hear a phone buzzing. That would be my phone buzzing. Yep. Jeff Pearl just sent me an email and confirmed what I thought. His Zoom and PC are acting up again. I wished he could figure that out. It's got to, I mean, it's frustrating for us. It's got to be devastating for him as many times as that thing drops in and out like that. So, speaking of that, is Jeff Ryman's? Yeah, Jeff's busy. Okay, so I'll come back to him in a minute. Got nothing from Doug's today. I did watch Doug. I didn't say anything. 2 times this week, I didn't actually say one word. Didn't type anything, didn't say anything, didn't write anything down. I was here the entire time, though. It was pretty interesting, I thought. Speaking of Doug, someone just hit a speaker bot for Doug. Now, I have to check the volume on that because I was told that
I know, but not with new people. New people kind of watch the show, so people get irritated with that. I get
that seems to be a little low
somebody
right there for me, but it actually is hitting right at the yellow. So according to the powers that be and everything that I've read and been told, that's about where you want it to be. My voice still looks like it's super, super hot on YouTube. So once again, I'm going to bring it down. Go ahead, Tim.
I'm able to watch Doug sometimes because since I'm working new hours and some people probably notice I'm typing in there now. I don't have my break. I don't have my breaks. I don't have my breaks at 8 o'clock no more.
Yeah.
Since I've moved up to 5 days, 8 hours, my break got bumped up to 9 o'clock. So I'm able
Ken Stout Live said happy birthday, Chris Garrett.
Break to be able to interact.
Happy birthday, Chris. You can call me at 8675309 and I will personally sing you a special song.
Tim's here. He's off on Fridays. No, I'm not. Things have changed.
Are you still in the management position you got promoted to a while back?
Yeah, actually, yesterday was a year.
Has it been that long? Wow.
And another cool thing is last Friday, they had a big old booth. I knew nothing about it. And they said, hey, guess what? Tim has been with us for 19 years, and they gave me cash money.
What they do? Go around and get donations from everybody.
No, they did.
I know, Tim. I'm just giving you a hard time. That's pretty cool. You've been at that place 19 years now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, to be honest with you and anybody else, when I work at a company, 3 years, I'm done. I move on. I've been there 19 years. I'm just
ready to go. I mean,
no,
gonna stick around,
I'm gonna stick around. I'll probably go retire from that place.
What if somebody back in the East offered you a job similar to what you have and paid you, let's say, a decent increase to come back? Would you go back?
They would have to give me 50% more to make me go.
John Williams said, "Happy birthday, Chris Garrett."
To move over there.
Sure.
Happy birthday, Chris. You can call me at 8675309, and I will personally sing you a special song.
Starts and Alex is late, but now Ghetto is late, and Alex was almost on time. So, hello, Ghetto. Looks around, looks for the button, moves his microphone closer so we might be able to hear him. Jeff, I got a question for you. Since the other Jeff's not here, I don't have to identify which Jeff. Did you get your, excuse me, little computer issue worked out?
No, and I don't think it's going. Interestingly, when I ran that network scanner on my new machine, it popped up 3 addresses with that alternate IP. And yet it works fine both in and out.
Excuse me. I need to do some stuff. All right. Good night, you guys.
All right, Bobby. Good night. Thank you for being here. Be safe.
And I took Wintermute's suggestion and I released and renewed the IP config on the old machine, and that didn't have any input.
Wow, I was getting ready to ask you because I suggested that too. Release and renew, it didn't help.
Nope. It has another IP address other than the one that was showing yesterday, so it did change, you know. So there's something wrong someplace that is not obvious.
Oh, my bad.
No,
I'm wondering if the Ethernet card or something else is screwy.
Well, I know that the wireless card on it is shot. It says it's working fine, but it's not because it doesn't have any wireless anymore. That was one of those little square cards that goes in a tiny PCIe slot on the motherboard. Provides wireless and Bluetooth.
How old is this machine now?
8 years.
Oh, never mind.
I've gotten good service out of it, so I'm not inclined to spend very much money on it because in another year, I'll be doing something else with it if it's still running. It won't run Windows 11 officially. And so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I can go from that machine to my others and drag files back and forth. So I'm just going to live with it.
Are you still thinking about turning it into a NAS? Because that way, with Linux, you can share everything.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not sure yet.
I'm just curious.
The thought has crossed my mind, but I'm not used to using a NAS. I have lots of backup drives. So I don't know.
John Williams said my neighbor's Wi-Fi is stronger than my own Wi-Fi.
I do want to,
and it's the same service.
I wanted to build an AMD machine next year, but I've spent so much money on some other stuff recently that may not happen either.
John just said that his neighbor's Wi-Fi is stronger than his own Wi-Fi, and it's the same service. Hopefully, when they repair your service, maybe you'll get better Wi-Fi out of the deal. But that is odd that you're piggybacking off of him, and it's better than what you normally have.
Is it possible that it's not the
Tony Wallow said subscribe.
That his neighbor's router just has a better router than it is not using the
or
ISP provided stuff like me.
Or he can go into his router and increase the transmit power. Some routers do have that feature.
He could do that, but by default, on most routers, I would expect the transmit power to be set to high by default.
I'll give you one more
know.
follow-up comment on my situation, Ken. That once I get the rest of the software I have on the old machine installed on the new one, assuming all that goes well, at that point I might do a fresh install on the old machine and not worry about reinstalling everything I had on it, just sort of the bare minimums.
Right, right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
my new keyboard will be here. Go ahead, Tim.
Sounds like a really good idea, but that machine's kind of old.
It is, but strangely enough, for an HP machine, I have gotten very good service out of it. Until this little kerfuffle thing, the only thing I ever had to do on that machine, I replaced the hard drive with a SATA SSD a couple of years ago. And as I said, that little card that provides Wi-Fi and Bluetooth died at some point. And since I wasn't using Wi-Fi, I didn't worry about it.
Yeah.
I wasn't using it on that machine, so I mean, I bought
Tony
it on
Wallow said Wonka
sale
Wonka
at
Wonka.
Costco on Black Friday.
Costco.
8 years ago. Got $100 off the list price.
You bought that 8 years ago? Yeah, it's probably ready to die. Maybe it's something stupid with the network card. I don't know, but I thought the idea of released and renewed IP, I guess it didn't work. So you already told us about that today.
Yeah, so I'm not losing sleep over it. I've got 2 other PCs that work. My laptop isn't the greatest in the world. It's a cheap HP, but it works okay now that I replaced the hard drive in it with a SATA SSD. The only thing it needs right now is a new battery, and I have the battery. I just haven't taken the time to put it in yet.
Ken Stout Live said, "Happy birthday, Chris Garrett."
Sounds like you might have an extra hard drive because you might have to replace it.
Happy birthday, Chris. You can call me at 8675309, and I will personally sing you a special song.
I did not try a static IP, and I probably won't.
Didn't you already do that last night?
Happy birthday, Chris. You can call me at 8675309, and I will personally sing you a special song.
We talked about it, but I've never tried it.
All right, I'm going to end the show with something I just set up. I'm going to see if this works or not. It may or may not. Good to see Wintermute in chat. Here we go. This is for Chris Garrett, if it works.
Ken Stout Live said, "Happy birthday, Chris Garrett."
Is it going to show on Zoom?
Wintermute said, "Hey Ken."
No, but it's also not showing on doggone. Never mind. Not showing on.
Happy birthday, Chris. You can call me at 8675309, and I will personally sing you a special song.
Gonna wrap it up. The generic thank you everyone that's on YouTube for being here. Thanks. I'll speak for Chris on this. He probably appreciated all of. Yeah, it's going now because I switched back to the main Zoom. That's why it's showing now. It's probably going to keep showing until it runs. Thank you all for letting Chris know happy birthday through the Speakerbox command. I appreciate that, and I'm sure he enjoyed it as well. Also want to thank the Zoom homies, Rich, Greg, Jeff, William Dawson, Sam, Ghetto, Alex, Tim Soul, Darren Gilholm, Chris Garrett, and since he was here briefly until his machine flaked out,
John Williams said, "Thanks, Ken."
You're quite welcome, John. Thank you for being here, and should be around for Doug tomorrow. Clearly, I'll be around tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. So, thank you guys. If you want to join us on Zoom, you know the deal.